Still not getting the results that you would like with learning Spanish? Hola y bienvenidos a Spring Spanish. Yo soy Juan, I am Juan, and I am one of the Spring Spanish teachers. In my experience, both as a teacher and as a language learner, I've seen some mistakes that keep most people from ever being successful learning a foreign language. So we've made this video to make sure you can identify them and avoid making them yourself. Sneak preview. Almost everyone does number 6, and as a result, waste a lot of time. Are you too? Keep watching to find out. Acompáñenme. The first mistake is cramming words lists. Sure, learning word lists, it's incredibly useful. Si te quieres convertir en un diccionario con patas, if you want to become a walking dictionary. But if you want to learn to speak like a native, use that energy and brain power to learn chunks instead. That's what we call fixed word combinations in Spanish natives use all the time. They will make it much easier to speak Spanish than having to string together isolated words with grammar rules. That's why we teach them in all of our Spring Spanish videos. Remember, saber la tabla periódica no te hace un químico. Learning the periodic table won't make you a chemist. Same thing with Spanish. Knowing a lot of words won't make you fluent. Conversations and chunks that you can say in these conversations are the real deal. Number 2, studying grammar rules by heart. Etimología, fonética, sintaxis, morfología, semántica, léxico, morfemas, preposiciones, adverbio. Suena divertido, ¿no? Sounds fun, right? Not. If what you want to do is speak fluent Spanish, you don't need to learn grammar. What you need is to use the same method you use learning your mother tongue by learning phrases or expressions and give them meaning through repetition and context. If you have to think about grammar rules while speaking, you'll always be slow, translating in your head, will feel clumsy. A better way is to absorb grammar by first listening to a lot of Spanish and making your brain absorb patterns of the language, word combinations that we call chunks, so you intuitively start using them correctly. Sounds complicated? It's actually an easy 4-step process called conversation-based chunking. We have a video demonstrating it on our website. Just click the link below. Bottom line, a little grammar won't hurt, but only learning grammar won't get you very far, even if your high school teacher might disagree. Number 3, trying to cover a lot in short time. If you want to learn Spanish for good, no intentes correr antes de aprender a gatear. Don't try to run before learning to crawl. Taking one lesson at a time is very important to really learn your stuff. Always remember baby steps. Cortos pero firmes. Short but steady. So starting the new year off with 5 hours daily learning, even though you haven't done anything before, will make you run out of steam pretty quickly. No es sorpresa que los gimnasios están llenos en enero pero vacío en febrero. No wonder most gyms are crowded in January and empty in February. Number 4, doing too little. Opposite to the previous one. If you only take one lesson a week, your progress is going to be modest. The best thing that you can do is try to get daily exposure. Even 20 minutes of your day can make the difference, so start practicing Spanish regularly. 5. Not listening to enough Spanish. Try to consume as much content as possible in Spanish to make sure you absorb as much as possible of the language. If you don't listen to enough Spanish, how are you planning to get rid of your acento extranjero, foreign accent?
Buenas noches.
Buenos nachos.
I need a lift to the next town.
Also, listening to native speakers is where you can find those super important chunks, word combinations, that we talked about earlier. The more, the better. And the best thing is, you get a feel for Spanish. You will learn how the language is structured and how it works without even noticing. Number 6, listening to incomprehensible input. Now, this is the one I alluded into the intro, since this is a mistake almost all language learners make. If you learn a couple of chunks and suddenly you want to start with las grandes ligas, the big leagues of Spanish, you won't make any progress. Listening to input that you don't understand is not helpful, even if you feel productive doing it. If you don't understand anything, you won't learn anything. So go by layers. Learned mucho gusto. You'll probably understand me dio mucho gusto conocerte. Already familiar with te agradezco. Then te agradezco por ayudarme con mi tarea will be much easier to understand. Quick heads up. This is the way we do things at the Spring Spanish Academy, using quick parallel transcript and translations to help you progress quickly and to make sure that the input is indeed comprehensible. Number 7, not speaking Spanish. Same thing as listening. To improve your pronunciation and accent, go ahead and speak as much as you can with native speakers or even on your own. You will only learn Spanish by speaking Spanish. It's as simple as that. You're just a couple of conversations away from finally saying ferrocarril instead of ferrocarrilo. Number 8, have a goal in mind. If you don't know where you want to be, it's going to be hard to find a path there. So think about, ¿por qué estoy aprendiendo español? Why am I learning Spanish? In which situations do I see myself using Spanish? The answer to these questions will help you define a goal and track your progress because you will know exactly how success will look like. Así que dale con furia. So go for it.